Hello guys, welcome back to another retro movie review. Today we are looking at Batman Returns. Yes, in the run-up to the new Batman movie coming out, I am going to be watching all the old Batman movies, and if you want to go and check out last week's video, I did do Batman 1989, so please go and check that out. But this week, we are looking at Batman Returns. This, again, is a follow-up to the first movie, and it is directed by Tim Burton. This movie does star Michael Keaton as Batman, but we also get Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman and Danny Devito as Penguin. Right from the bat with this movie, I will say this. I preferred this to the first one. My criticism of the first one was very much that I didn't really think we saw much or enough of Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. But I feel like in the second one, the plot was a little bit better, and it didn't really make much sense that we needed to see Bruce Wayne as much, I guess. The plot was mainly around the villains. The villains, I think for the first half hour of the film, we didn't really see Michael Keaton at all, maybe for one scene. But for the first half hour, 35 minutes, when we actually saw him in the Batman costume then, I remember checking my watch and seeing how long I watched the film. At the beginning, it very much focused on Danny DeVito and, you know, how he became Penguin and what he's been up to now and where he is now, etc. So, yeah, I found that quite interesting that we didn't see Batman until like 35 minutes into the Batman Returns movie. It did set up those things, and obviously Michelle Pfeiffer's character, it did set that up as well as her being Catwoman. She was exceptional in this role, and from doing my research, they did want her to come back and stuff, but it just never has happened. However, Danny DeVito stole the show in this movie for me. I think his performance was excellent. The Penguin is a really weird character, if I'm going to say so myself. It's a really strange villain, but it worked. It's got the craziness that like the Joker has, but also it's just downright creepy, which I think is why Tim Burton is perfect for directing a Batman movie. On this movie itself, the budget was insane. You could tell this movie had a much bigger budget. They were spending a lot more money. There was the scenes, the sets, the costumes, it just was more convincing, you know. It didn't really feel like it was filmed on a stage or in like a, you know, like with a practical set. It just felt like he was actually there. So the immersion was there. They definitely had a lot more money. You can tell that from the stunt work and everything and all the effects. They were just a lot better than the first movie, which yeah. Rating this movie though, I'm going to go in and this is going to be an 8 out of 10 for me. I think it was better than Batman 1989, but it's nowhere near as good as the Dark Knight stuff still, which I'm really disappointed about. But, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, if you grew up watching these films, I'm sure these have a very, very strong place in your heart. But for me, they just are okay Batman films, you know. They're okay, you know. I guess my generation is all the Dark Knight stuff now, and the difference is they're like some of the greatest comic book movies of all time. These are okay, you know. They're okay so far. I'm now into I do have Batman Forever and Batman and Robin to watch, and from what I hear people say, the great thing about those films is the villains. But to be honest, the great thing about the first two films I thought was the villains. I really enjoyed Joker in the first one. I've also enjoyed Danny DeVito in this one. And yeah, it was an okay film. You know, it was okay. I was more engrossed in this one than I was the last one. At the end of the film, I was a bit lost. The plot started to get a bit crazy. Like there was actual penguins with rockets on their back. Like that was a bit silly for me, but it worked because, as I said earlier, like Danny DeVito's character and the whole Batman villain stuff, they're just mad villains in general. So it weirdly worked, but, you know, it could have been done differently, I think, and you know, it wouldn't have changed it because the Penguin is a crazy villain anyways. Catwoman was exceptional in this film, Michelle Pfeiffer, and I really hope we potentially see her in The Flash. We probably won't, but I'm hoping, because she was brilliant in this film, and the end of the film really did set up that she didn't die, she was alive and stuff. So yeah, a good film, 8 out of 10, but you know, nowhere near as good as the Dark Knight stuff in my opinion. So yeah, there is my retro review of Batman Returns. As I said at the beginning of the video, I have done Batman 1989. Please go and watch that video if you haven't. And also stay tuned for all the ones I'm going to be doing. The next two movies, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And then, of course, the new Batman movie that comes out, where I will rank every single Batman movie from worst to best. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And, of course, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.